Nick Caserio spoke. He had some interesting things to say. He addressed some rumors and he addressed some noise. Let's get into it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the locker room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey. Locker room. Yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk. Yeah, you know what we about to do. Localize every angle's what we really do. We the source. We the pulse of the city too. Landlocked. Got the game in the head.
All right. So Nick Caserio had his press conference. I told y'all that he was going to come out pretty emphatic about these rumors, these Michael Lombardi rumors. Other media types have added to these rumors as well. But Nick Caserio came out before he even answered questions. Nick Caserio addressed the noise, the rumors surrounding his happiness or lack thereof here in Houston. Here's what the GM of the Houston Texans had to say.
Before we take any questions, quite frankly, I'm almost embarrassed that I have to say anything. Honestly, I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, but I'm not leaving. There's never really been any substantive discussions of the sort. Grateful and appreciative of the opportunity that my family and I have here in Houston. We understood when we arrived, when we got here, that there was a lot of work to be done. And I think when you look across the NFL landscape, there's work to be done in every organization. And I think we've made some progress where we still have a lot of work in front of us. Certainly, it's been a joy to work with D'Amico in concert as we build the team and continue to build the staff. Unfortunately, I think this time of year, there's a lot of information and a lot of topics that are discussed. Some are more accurate than others, and I think it transcends multiple landscapes. But I can't. I'm honestly, I'm almost embarrassed that I have to say anything, but I feel like I have an obligation to to make that statement. Really try to stay ahead of it. I don't think there's anything else to talk about or to say or any question about it. Again, appreciative of the opportunity that we have here. Very grateful. And my philosophy and goal is just try to do the best job that I can for the people in this organization, in this building, for the city. And as long as ownership approves of what we're trying to do, then, certainly their support is welcomed.
And I think the support's there. I think he got a little bit more help when it comes to the D'Amico Ryans thing, but I do think that the support is there. And I don't think Cal McNair and Hannah McNair and Cal are going to force him to draft a quarterback. I saw Peter King say something today, and I'll get more into this. We're going to have a live tonight at 9. Got a hell of a schedule this week, actually. So Patrick Storm's going to come through at 9 today. Never talked to Pat on the stream. He's going to come through. Tomorrow I got a very, very, very special draft show. Very special draft show. I'll make that announcement tonight. But you're going to love the live tonight, and you're going to love the live tomorrow. Got some really, really good stuff. A hell of a treat coming your way. But the McNairs aren't going to force Nick Caserio to do anything. I saw Peter King say, how do you explain to your season ticket holders passing on a quarterback this year, the year after you passed on one at 3-15 last year? Any season ticket holder that needs to be explained or talked off a ledge that the Texans didn't take Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett at 3 or 15 last year should probably spend their money somewhere else. Because you just want a quarterback to have a quarterback. You're looking for like a quick fix. You're looking for short-term satisfaction. If you need to be explained why that didn't happen, then you probably shouldn't be watching football, to be honest. And I don't want to pick on Peter King, but I do think that is just kind of the mindset that has been developed when it comes to getting a quarterback. Just get one. It doesn't matter whether they're live or not. So come on. Sam says 2 lives today. Yes, there are going to be 2 lives. There's going to be one brief one here, long one at 9. Tomorrow, you're going to love this. Promise you, tomorrow. I'll make that announcement today. But here was the follow-up question for Caserio on the new noise and the rumors. This is what Caserio had to say about that. Jonathan, I think Jonathan Alexander with the question.
Where you know where that time came from, or everything from that conversation.
Again, you guys know more than I do. Again, I mean, my first inclination, people are reaching out to me last week, and I'm like literally laughing. So I can't speak for anybody else other than myself. So, I mean, again, like maybe you can do some digging on that. But I mean, my focus is on the draft, is on the team, is on the people in this building, is on the coaching staff. And my responsibility is to the people that are here.
Okay. So there you go. Again. He's not going anywhere at the moment. And he quoted Wolf of Wall Street, which is funny because I actually did a thumbnail for tomorrow and I used Wolf of Wall Street. A different context, but I used Wolf of Wall Street. Those of you that don't know what a thumbnail is, that's kind of like the cover of that. Here's more from Nick Caserio talking about a trade back and the possibility of trading back. I thought this was a good question from Brandon Scott. Last year, Nick Caserio said he was open for business. Here's Nick Caserio being asked if they're open for business once again.
Brandon, we've received some calls actually on the number 2 pick. So I think our job and responsibility is to listen, not rule anything out. And I think whatever the end result is, come Thursday, we'll be prepared to go either way. So if you want to quote me, are we open for business? I'd say we're open to listening. So if you want to change the vocabulary this year a little bit, but we have received a few calls. And again, I think our responsibility is to listen, to try to take the information in and then just make the right decision.
All right, there you go. That was B. Scott with that question. So they have gotten calls on the trade back. The trade back kind of is starting to excite me. If you're talking about, drafting Will Anderson or trading back, the trade back is exciting me. The one that's starting to really be interesting and maybe have some legs is trading back to 7 with the Raiders, who like CJ Stroud, and the fans seem to want CJ Stroud. And the question was asked to me, well, why would you bring in Jimmy Garoppolo and then sign CJ Stroud? Or why wouldn't the Texans have went and gotten Jimmy G before? Maybe the Texans thought they were going to get Bryce Young. Maybe the Texans thought that they were going to like one of these quarterbacks. Maybe as the evaluation went on, they didn't like him. Hell knows. Who knows? Maybe the Texans take one of these quarterbacks. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of stuff going on. But the other thing is, like, if you go back to when Matt Flynn signed with the Seahawks, they did their research and Russell Wilson came in and they ended up liking Russell Wilson and they adjusted accordingly. So maybe it would be an adjustment for the Raiders, and maybe Jimmy Garoppolo comes back to the Texans in a trade on top of the draft equity. You're going to get at least 2 1s. You're probably going to get a 2. Maybe the Raiders eat up some of the money. There's some restructuring. I think it's a Kirksey cut, a Mason restructure, a Malik Collins redo, and $6.8 million of the salary eaten by the Raiders. Maybe that comes in. Who knows? But I am intrigued by the trade possibilities. But again, we all don't know. It's just a bunch of noise, and that's just kind of the nature of draft stuff. And if you're put off by that, don't go online. I don't think most people are put off by it. I think you take it for what it is. I've seen some stuff today on the internet where, someone was talking about, there was this report and there was that report, and it was the media doesn't know. Look, the media is a large group. So if Peter King says one thing and then John McClain says another, and then Daniel Jeremiah says something, and then Bucky Brooks says something, and you generalize that into the media doesn't know, who's the dumb one? Who's the idiot? Honestly, like, who's the moron? It's you, because you're taking a large group of people and you're generalizing it into one. Take the information, do with it what you want. It doesn't have to be that serious. The draft is full of uncertainty. It's full of a lot. It's this time of the year where it's fun to speculate. This is the most important time to speculate because we don't know. There's a lot of variables. There's a lot of possibility. There's things you can control. There's things you can't. So if a team plans on doing something, the plan can get completely blown up by another team doing it. So don't generalize like Peter King and John McClain and all that into one. You're the moron. That's not them. That you're the moron there. So, and if you don't like it, don't go online. Like that would be like yesterday I ate at a pizza buffet. Okay. If I went into that pizza buffet and I looked at every fat ass that was eating in that pizza buffet like me, and I said, I hate unhealthy food. Unhealthy food's so stupid. Look at all these calories. Look at all this gluten. I would be a dumbass, right? And I would deservedly be called a dumbass. If you're going on Twitter or you're texting into a sports radio station and you're saying that you hate draft speculation 10 days away from the most important draft in franchise history, you're a dumbass. You're the guy going into the pizza buffet telling people about fatty food, gluten, etc. Don't be a dumbass. Just don't, you don't have to consume it. Don't be that guy. Double Dave's on Westheimer Pizza Buffet. Solid. Very solid weekend. Joe Blue asks, was it CC's? No, it was definitely Double Dave's, which I strongly recommend. Strong recommendation there. But yeah, I mean, it's not, don't generalize, just enjoy. This is what it is. It's not like this during the season. I mean, there's speculation, there's healthy speculation, but this is the season for that. Embrace it, take it in, dissect it, discuss it, talk about the possibilities. Speaking of which, what about the possibility of the Texans not leaving this draft with a quarterback? John McClain asked that question.
I mean, anything's possible. I think it's what's possible, and what the hope is that we can come out of this draft with good football players that we think can help our football team. And that's what we're focused on doing.
Okay. So anything is possible, but what about succeeding? Can you succeed if you do go with that possibility and you make that possibility a reality? Shout out to Christy Reekin with this question.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what I think or believe. I think in the end,
Kinda
it's
does.
about the players. This is a players' league, and it's going to be about the players' performance, on Sunday, and what they do with their opportunities. So, I think we're excited about, where we are as a team. We certainly have a long way to go. I think the attitude and the effort of the players, it's early in the off season, but, we have, I don't want to say just about everybody in the building, but we have just about everybody in the building that's here training. So I think it speaks to the players, their commitment to what we're trying to do, their commitment to winning, their commitment to getting better, their commitment to the coaching staff. I'd say it's a reflection of, D'Amico and the coaching staff. It's a reflection of the people in the building. So I think that's what we're focused on more than anything else. And whenever we play our first game, whoever that's against, with whatever players are here, hopefully we'll be ready to go and go out there and play good football.
All right, there you go. So a lot of possibilities, a lot of stuff going on this week. I'll be back live at 9:00 normal time. I'm going to have Patrick Storm with me. Special guest tomorrow. It's going to be draft. It's going to be draft heavy. I might not get a word in. That's your hand. I might not get a damn word in. I might just have to sit back with you guys and listen. But I promise you, tomorrow it's going down. Going down tonight at 9 too with Storm. We're going to talk about what Caserio had to say. We're going to talk about, the quarterback, the possibility of a non-quarterback. We'll get to a lot of y'all's questions. So come through, like, subscribe. Let's keep it rolling. We're 10 days from this mofo. Shout out to Kevin out there in San Antonio. Appreciate you for listening and keeping this going. This is going to be very, very fun. It's fun times. Caserio says he ain't going anywhere. He quotes Wolf of Wall Street, which is better than some of the Silicon Valley references that he's used in the past. We will also be live at 9, live tomorrow. It's going down. Appreciate everyone for coming through. Appreciate everyone for engaging in the draft dialogue. Fun times, baby.
Locker room. Yeah, we in the locker room. So, yeah, you got to do localized